welcome sa Good to Live Podcast. Ngayon sa bagong episode ng Good to Live Podcast, meron akong special guest. He is a content creator and a journeyman, Sir Mikhail Racho. Hey! Sir, thank you po.
Hey,
Thank you,
Kinski.
thank you. Thank you po.
You're welcome.
Thank you po na andito po kayo sa...
Thanks for having me.
Nice. Andito po kayo sa Good to Live Podcast po. Maraming salamat po ulit. Sir Mikhail, kamusta naman po kayo recently, sir?
Ayos naman. I honestly feel na di ako ganun ka-healthy of late, which makes me sad at times because I used to think na fit person ako. I still do, pero because my journey has quite taken me to a 180 or 360 na pivot ba. So, anong nangyari ay madalas na akong nagpupuyat at saka parang nawala ako sa landas na that I should be eating healthy or exercising more. I'm not anymore kasi na-allocate yung oras sa paggagawa ng content eh.
Oo nga, sir.
Ayos lang din. Recently been getting a lot of attention lately, especially sa local community namin dito sa Cagayan de Oro City. I'm from Cagayan. I can't help but be happy then at the same time, despite I'm not feeling healthy always, but happy pa rin kasi I'm getting all the attention and the love from the Cagayan de Oro City or Cagayanons.
So, you're from, excuse me, sir. So, you're from Cagayan po, sir, no?
Yes. Born and raised.
Wow.
Gold Town.
Wow. Angas po pala, sir. So, meron po pala kayong community po pala dyan, sir, sa Cagayan de Oro po pala, no? Ang galing lang po pala, sir. So, sir, kailan pa po kayo nagkaroon o nag-start ng community po dyan?
I always like to refer to the regular locals as the community. I haven't really nurtured a community from scratch. So, kumbaga, tatawagin ko na lang silang community, parang kino-coin ko na ka-community ko yan, kasama yan sa komunidad ko. So, but in reality, they're just regular human beings dito sa Cagayan de Oro City, mga regular lang na locals na living their normal lives. Tatawagin ko silang community kasi I'm a part of the community as well. Sama din ako doon. So, lately, yun, nasabi ko na I'm getting some attention from the community kasi I'm very community-minded. Although what I do is parang maybe self-centered kasi yung brand ko pa naman ay I am him. Hindi siya nagsasabi na kami or we. Pero all in all, it's the brand is meant to perpetuate the community. So I do this for them. And dati pa, alam ko kasi I'm nobody. I know I'm not a celebrity or I'm not a politician that can command or have a strong voice. So I always have to rely sa mga tao. I have to get my energy. Kailangan ko pagkukuha ng lakas galing din sa community. So, namumuhunan ako ng lakas sa community kaya community talaga yung parang nagiging mundo ng branding ko, ng content ko. It's about people. Hindi siya, although na-insert ako doon, kasi ako din kasi marami na ding gumagawa ng content based on the community pero hindi sila nakikilala. So, I believe na people trust people, not faceless brands. If you don't show your face sa videos mo, parang walang familiarity minsan kasi madalas na nakikita mo na parang POV lang, 'di ba?
Oo.
Walang tao sa video. Ang nakikita mo lang yung paligid. Hanggang dun lang. So, if I insert myself, pero that works, not to say na hindi yon gumagana. It works, yung parang POV. Pero, how about i-insert mo yung sarili mo sa video, just like what all these vloggers are doing. Di ba? Pag nilalagay nila yung sarili nila sa videos nila, mas lalo sila nakikilala, yung message nila, yung messaging
Mhm.
nila, nung brand ng anong gusto nilang i-communicate sa mundo is mas na-perpetuate, mas lumalaki yung bandwidth ng reach nila. Kasi, uy, nakikilala ng mga tao, di ba? Parang yung parang epal lang. Doon natin nalalaman ba't epal ang mga politicians kasi madalas nila pinapakita yung sarili nila. So,
Oo.
in that sense, I would also like to behave and deploy tactics the way a politician would, na palagi niyang pinapakita yung sarili niya sa community. So that's why it's one of my approach. It's why community-based, community mindset. Sino namang hindi everybody loves being part of the community. The community gives you so much, so why not give back to the community?
Mm, okay. Kaya nga, natutuwa lang talaga po ako, sir, kasi nung sinilip ko yung content nyo po doon sa TikTok na, wow, ang galing na parang may iba't ibang tao na, kumbaga, nakakasalabuhan nyo, sir. Iba't ibang, tapos, iba't ibang lugar pa yung mga napupuntahan nyo. Galing na yung iba't ibang lugar na yun. Tapos, iba't ibang tao pa na nakakasalamuhan nyo. Galing lang na kung paano nyo sila nakakausap, na papakisamahan. Kaya natutuwa lang po ako sa content na ginagawa nyo po sa TikTok. Galing, sir.
Salamat. Thank
So,
you.
Sir
Thank you so much.
Mikhail, Sir Mikhail, sino ba si Sir Mikhail Ratcho? Sino siya? Paano niya ginawa yung pagko-content, and sino ba si Sir Mikhail Ratcho?
I like this question. Ordinaryong nilalang. Ganun lang. I'm just regular, average yung talaga ako. I believe pareho lang yung journey ko sa like most people sa buhay. Di ba? We all have the same journey. Ano lang. I'm just somebody from my city. I went to school in a local university dito. And then, nag-graduate ako bilang isang guro. So,
Mm.
I specialized in special ed. Tapos, di ko nakita yung mga opportunities ko dito in teaching. So, kaya nag-umpisa yung journey ko. So, that's why I said I was a journeyman din. I'm a journeyman. I did so many things. So, nag-hotel din ako dito. I did life insurance just to try things.
Mm-hmm.
And parang hindi ako na-fulfill. So, nag-overseas ako. Nag-abroad ako for 8 years sa Dubai specifically. Did a lot of things there. Again, worked as a hotelier, worked as somebody like a behavior technician, a clinic. The work was about applying behavioral principles in behavioral science or behavioral psychology to our clients. So ganun. Then the pandemic came. So pag 2020, doon ko na parang bumalik ako sa roots na I don't know kasi at a young age I was never reinforced. My art was never reinforced to the extent na gagastos yung mga magulang ko for art materials. But we were never that rich, you know.
Mm-hmm.
At hindi talaga kami rich, as in mahirap kami. Like
Mm-hmm.
we were poor. Growing up, we didn't have much. Sakto lang, nakakain kami 3 times a day, ganun. But all these things about creativity and art were never reinforced, but it was always there. Thus, every now and then, there was this random sparks of art. Tsaka it was never really polished, never really honed. Kasi we live practical yung family namin. So, right from the jump, pag graduate graduate ko, trabaho agad. Hindi ko na inisip yung mag-passion ako o i-pursue ko yung mga goals and dreams ko. So, nangyari, I went overseas, tas kala ko matutupad na yung mga pangarap ko.
Mm.
I wanted to earn money, like, mas malaki, sabi nga mas malaki nga yung sahod sa labas. Totoo
Oo.
naman, pero iba din yung cost of living doon, iba din. So,
Mm.
you're also spending a lot there on utilities, rent.
Mm.
Tapos sa Dubai pa, parang Sin City din yun eh. Ang daming mga tukso doon, gastos. If hindi ka maingat sa pera mo doon, wala ding kwenta kasi parang para saan papupunta ka doon, hindi ka naman magiging citizen doon. So, by 2020, it reminded me na, wow, di ba yung feeling of hopelessness and
Oo.
loneliness doon na parang realize mo lang na nasa labas ako, tapos yung family ko nasa Pinas. Tapos naghihirap ako dito, pero at the end of the day, pag magtatapos na yung mundo, I'm not with them. Parang ganon. So, naisip ko din, parang pwede ko naman talaga gawin to lahat sa Pinas.
Mm.
So, by 2020, nawala na ako ng trabaho doon. By choice, hindi ako I wasn't really, ang tawag nito, hindi ako na laid off from work, but by choice, umalis ako kasi for some reasons, and doon ko na tap ulit yung creativity ko. I listen to, kasi naghahanap ko ng motivation to keep on living, di ba?
Mm.
Um, nakinig ako ng maraming podcasts by that time. So, doon ko na tap ulit yung pag-create, the creative mindset, the creative flow. Kasi pag gumagawa ka ng you know this well, Kinski, di ba? Na pag
Yes.
gumagawa ka ng podcast, parang nagagawa ka rin ng art kasi
Mm.
you're trying to put all these moving parts together. Yung ano mo sa guest, yung
Mm.
pag-book mo sa guest, yung research mo, di
Yes.
ba? You
Yes.
do your own research about topics na dapat yung pag-uusapan.
Yes.
Tsaka hindi pa lang yan, iba din yung aspect ng post-production, di ba? It's an art because you're putting all these
Mm.
moving parts together, di ba?
Mm.
Tas hindi mo alam if magugustuhan ba to ng mga
Na
tao or your
Oo.
listeners, di ba? Ipapackage mo lang. So, you yourself know na maganda to for you. So,
Mm.
that's why it's an art. So, doon ko na-realize na, wow, I'm doing all this podcast. Like, I knew I was good at something. I was good at something creative. So, but hindi doon nag-umpisa. In 2015, di ba, there was this explosion of vloggers.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I watched a lot of Will Dasovich during this time and Casey Neistat, like some of the earlier vloggers I looked up to. Maybe not Logan Paul, but they were that kind of inspiration for me. Now, wow, I can do this. So, I started making videos in 2015, wala pang pandemic noon, but it was never reinforced. It was never, parang hindi siya nagiging idea as a career option, yung parang ganun. So, anong nangyari, 2020, doon ko na fully realized that kung nakapag-podcast ako, di pwede ko rin gawin na magkapag-content.
Mm.
So, yun na yung journey, nag-umpisa doon. Okay, 2020, nag-umpisa kami ng podcast. It's called The Huge Upside. So, it's in Spotify, it's on YouTube. And then aside from that, I had to learn, study like, oh, how do we get people to know that nagpa-podcast tayo? So I understood that okay, we need to get relevant people on the show. We also need to do content organically, yung content na galing sa atin
Oo.
originally.
Oh, yes.
So doon
Yes.
na
Yes.
nag-umpisa yung mga paggagawa ng content namin. So like, oh, okay, so then I went to back and realized, wow, I'm doing all this content for this podcast. Why don't I do my own content for myself too? Parang pinapalaki ko yung podcast, pero why not yung sarili ko, papalakin ko rin yung ano, and total, it's the same messaging anyway. So
Mm.
what I talk on the podcast, I talk to in real life, I talk to sa contents ko. So fast forward, umuwi ako around 2021. I was repatriated kasi parang number 4 na ata yung COVID noon, restrictions ba.
Mm.
So, hindi ako makauwi ng maayos, na stranded ako ulit sa Dubai, tas na repatriate ako, thank God. Sa pag 2021, nasa Pinas ako. Tas doon ko na kinonsider na ayaw ko na din magtrabaho ulit. So, I know what it's like to work. I'm no knock on the people who work 9 to 5 jobs. Maybe it's for them, but for me, I've been there. I work so hard, like panggabi, pangumaga. I've
Oo.
done all that stuff,
Oo.
and I realized now, like I'm making other people rich. Why not I make myself rich? Parang ganun lang. So, total like, um, I know I'm in my heart. My conviction is like I'm what I do is going to help a lot of people. So fast forward 2024, nag-umpisa akong mag content, and then now is all the result na compound yung efforts ko sa paggawa
Mm.
ng videos through TikTok. I started
Yes.
hammering TikTok last year. Around I vowed to myself, I promised to myself na gagawa ko ng 4 to 5 to 10 TikToks a day. Nangyari yun in a spurt of one. And then I saw the results because TikTok behaves really differently. And last year na parang nagkaroon ako ng three community strikes sa TikTok. So doon ko na realize
Mm.
like um hanggang TikTok lang ako, parang vulnerable ako eh. Parang yung investment na hindi mo dapat ilagay yung itlog mo sa isang basket lang, dapat
Yes.
ano yan.
Naka-spread.
So I realized that naka-spread. So I'm doing all these videos on TikTok. Anyway, like people I think know me on TikTok. A bit like a small amount of population know me on TikTok. Why not I start on Facebook and let's just try. So doon ko na realize like there were some loyal following na sumunod doon sa Facebook, and then I'm now like fully on Facebook now. And doon ko din na parang ina-apply na yung mga journey ko sa content. And it's a very long story. I don't know how no, di ko alam paano mo to i-chop up, Kins.
It's okay.
So,
It's okay, sir. It's okay,
um,
sir.
so yung journey ko bilang isang content creator, for the longest time, I struggled with it. Ayaw kong tawagin vlogger eh. Kasi parang, alam mo yung may cringe pa ako. And then
Mm-hmm.
I realized na, damn, but i-demonize ko yung mga tao na nagle-label na vlogger ako or vlogger ako or ganun. Din yung most available context sa kanila eh. They don't
Oo.
know what a podcaster is. They don't know what a VA is. Hindi nila alam yun. Especially sa local communities namin. So, tinanggap ko yung anong sinabi ng community sa akin. And then, kung vlogger ako, di bibigay ko sa kanila anong gusto nila. So, it's all about the community. Ganun, nagbalik ulit yung journey ko sa community.
Mm-hmm.
Ibibigay ko sa inyo anong gusto niyo. So, yun na. Nandito na ako. Kung anong may meron request, if I sense that the people need this or the community wants to see this, then I make that. And that's so far my story as a content creator at yung journey ko. I don't have a lot of followers, but it's just crazy na
Na,
most of the people who like actually watch and listen me don't even follow. It's crazy, but wala na akong magawa dun. I just keep doing me.
yun. Galing lang, sir, na from nasa Dubai po kayo, no, sir? Tapos at ayun nga na bumalik din po kayo sa Pilipinas po, sir, no? Ang galing lang, sir, na ang ginawa nyo po is yung pagka-create nyo pa ng content is na sinabi nyo, sir, na pag-spread na message, 'di ba? Why na hindi na lang ko na lang gawin sa podcast din na mag-spread link kayo ng message. Ang galing na ganun yung ginawa nyo po pala, sir. At the same time, no, na nagko-content na po kayo. So, sir, kailan nyo po sinimulan yung pag-create ng podcast nyo po nun, sir?
Nung 20, yung pandemic na. So, there was nothing to do. I was like bored and lonely, alone.
Mm-mm,
I I
mm-mm.
I was already married by that time. Kaso LDR nga kami. So, I had to cope, kala natin no when you're put in a situation na parang end of the world na, parang gusto mo rin gawin lahat ng gusto mo eh.
Oo.
Ay, mamamatay naman din tayo. Hindi na tayo makakalabas sa bahay nito. Magko-COVID naman tayo. So like why not do what makes you happy? So I like listening to podcasts. Is extra added motivation to learn from a lot of people. especially mentor. Alam mo yung naghahanap ka ng mentor sa buhay, pero hindi mo quite gets sino yung gustong mentor mo. Like, they were not available to you. Hindi sila yung kamag-anak mo, hindi sila yung
Oo, totoo sir.
kapitbahay mo.
Oo.
They're not your colleagues at work. They're
Mm-mm.
not your boss.
Mm-mm.
So, this is where podcasts became an avenue na, oh shit, andito lang yung lahat ng tao na gusto kong pakinggan eh. Oh, I wanna see the catalog. Gusto ko tingnan yung lahat ng mga thought heads na I wanna learn from. May mga Ryan Holiday, may mga Tom Bilyeu, there's a Gary Vee, if I wanted to be entertained, may Joe Rogan, may mga komedyante.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wasn't like really leaning on sa mga local natin dito. Like, there's Mo Twister. He's been doing podcasts for so long. The Cool Pops, Joy Spring,
Mm-mm.
Slater and Sky podcast. I'm guilty. I don't even listen to them
Mm-hmm.
because they were not the people I wanted to put my ear to. You know what I mean? So I realized like you need, yeah, if you wanted to learn something, I'm not really an avid reader. I know how to read. I like nag-graduate din ako ng college, so but I realize I learn best on the move when I listen to podcasts. Like, are you a huge podcast fan yourself? Nakikinig ka ba ng maraming podcast, Kins?
For me sir, pili yung pinakikinggan ko pong podcast sir kasi nung nagsimula po ako nung podcast ko nun sir, kumbaga parang nahihirapan din ako magsimula nun eh. Nung magsimula para sa podcast ko. Meron akong 2 podcaster na hindi ko sila makakalimutan. Kumbaga, sila yung tumatak sa akin kung bakit patuloy ko pa rin ginagawa tong pagpa-podcast na to, sir. Kumbaga,
Diba?
ayun, grateful nga ako na, ayun sir, na sila yung napakinggan ko, sila yung napagkunan ko ng lakas ng loob para pasukin yung itong pagpa-podcast na po to sir. Yung 2 podcaster na yun, si Typical Pinoy Crap, you know yun sir? Kilala nyo po yun sir?
Oh yeah.
Ayun.
Yeah. I've seen his
Typical Pinoy Crap and Dog Brack TV. Yun, 2 sila. Yun. So, sila yung naging sila yung naging foundation kumbaga I mean yes yun foundation na kung bakit tuloy-tuloy ko pa rin ginagawa yung pagpa-podcast po sir kasi sobrang valuable ng binibigay nilang content, yung ini-spread nilang content para sa mga tagapakinig nila, para sa mga bagong makikinig para sa kanila. Ang galing na kumbaga parang sila yung safe space na pinakinggan ko sir para ayun na nagsimula ako ng podcast ko po no kasi natutuwa lang ako talaga sir na eto hanggang ngayon tuloy-tuloy ko pa rin talaga siya ginagawa po. Ang galing lang talaga.
Diba?
Nakakatuwa lang po talaga.
It's nice.
Yes.
Yeah, it's nice to listen to you, recall why you're doing this and where you get your inspiration from. It's the same thing. I feel mutual, pareho tayo ng mga feelings dito, Kins, na I really wanted to look for someone I can pattern myself after. Because at the end of the day, di ba, sabi nila, wala nang original ngayon, which is true. Because we're in the 21st century, everything that's been thought of has been thought of. Nasabi na yan at nagawa na yan ng mga tao. The only difference is your personal spin on things.
Yes.
Tayo, mga tao, carbon copy lang talaga tayo sa mga hinahanga natin. Like, we idolize people and we strive our best because that's our ideal. Gusto ko maging ganong klaseng tao. Diba? Like, I want to be a chinkiten or I want to be somebody who's or a bugoy na koy-koy, or like, you wanna pattern yourself after someone. And that's why we are all rip-offs. Totoo yan. Walang original ngayon. Kinukuha lang natin kung anong meron sa iba at saka ginagawa natin atin. Tsaka yung from ideation to conceptualization, tas nagiging ikaw, nagiging yung personal na ikaw. So I kind of saw that podcasting was my gateway to a lot of things. That doon ko na-realize that I wanted access to the brilliant minds in this world. I want to learn from them. I want to make it mine. And when I started the podcast, I wasn't really like, those were just pure my thoughts. And then parang nagiging hollow eh. Parang, man, parang wala nang value yung sinasabi ko. So that's why I needed to learn more. So kailangan kong invest yung oras ko sa pakikinig ng maraming podcasters.
Mm.
I learned a lot, and then yun, and then we did a podcast for like almost 3 years. I worked with a co-host, my co-host din ako dati. And then I spoke to a lot of people, all walks of life. Um, tas, but for now, yung podcast na ginagawa namin, ito po yung title. Not the cat, but ito, Huge Upside.
Ah,
So,
huge upside.
sa ngayon, nag-hiatus siya kasi the operator, ako, decided to, papahingain muna yung platform kasi I'm too busy as of the moment, like building the personal brand, which is who is Mikhail. I am him. But not to say na hindi na ako nagpa-podcast. I
Yes.
still do podcasts.
Yes.
Gumagawa ako ng podcast, but instead it's a package differently. It's not on Spotify. But I package it where kung alam ko na maraming makikinig. So I'm very self-aware that I'm not very popular on Spotify and YouTube. But I know na may makikinig sa akin sa TikTok and sa Facebook. Instagram, buhay pa naman yung Instagram ko. But on these platforms, I know a lot of people. I can hit a lot of people. I can reach a lot of people. So doon ako nag-live podcast every now and then. And then my whole game with this podcasting, Kins, is it's all content. Na-realize ko, but anong special sa podcast? There's nothing special about the podcast because at the end of the day, content pa rin yan.
Mm-hmm.
Maraming taong gumagawa ng content, hindi lang nila sinasabi na podcast to, pero parang podcast na din. Because at the end of the day, when you break down a podcast, it's just internet radio. It's just a sound bite on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So, yung taong nagla-live selling, yung gumagawa ng mga content, habang nag-uusap sila, podcast na din yun. Old interviews, mga interviews, Tony Talks, or Chito Samuntina, Chit Chat, all those things. Podcast yun, they may not say it's a podcast, but it's podcast material. So I realized that hindi nila sinasabi podcast yun, but we can all generalize it as content. So now, I went broader. So from podcast, nag-broad ako. My evolution from podcaster lang, now became like, oh, why not I like really scale this message to become a content creator. So nagiging content creator na din ako. So parang total, gano'n naman din yung mensahe ng podcast. It's just a different form of saying things because it's more on audio. It's just the same content at the end of the day.
Yes. Kasi, kumbaga, ang pagpa-podcasting naman kumbaga, nagkukwento ka lang naman dyan eh. Nagkukwentuhan lang kayo.
Yes, storytelling.
Hindi naman siya parang totally na talagang cutted na video na, although may cutted, pero I mean parang raw conversation siya eh. Yun yung tinatawag na ano po doon, no, Sir Mikhail. Raw conversation. Yun yung tinatawag sa pagpa-podcasting. Kaya, yun eh. Yun, nung nagsisimula pa po ako nun, sir, na iniisip ko, paano yung magiging flow nung gagawin kong podcast nun. Tapos nag-research pa ako nung nag-research. Yun, it's all about si Small Talk Podcast. Small Talk ay kay Sir Alec Cuenca. Nung nakinig po kay Sir Alec Cuenca na it's a webinar. Sabi niya sa webinar, sabi ni Sir Alec Cuenca na it's all about a raw conversation. You just express yourself, magkwentuhan lang kayo. Kasi kumbaga, nagkwekwentuhan lang kayo pero naka-recording. Yun lang yun. Yun lang yung ibig sabihin ng podcast. Yun, ang galing. Kaya ayun, Kaya habang ginagawa ko siya na masaya ako na patuloy ko pa rin talagang ginagawa yung pagpa-podcasting at
Yeah,
I meet new people, new
right.
connections. Yun, nakakatuwa lang po talaga, sir. Sir, balikan ko lang po, Sir Mikel Racho. Dun sa sinabi nyo po kanina na ah paano po pala kayo naging content creator at journeyman? Back forward tayo dun, sir.
Well, 2015,
Mm-mm.
I started making videos because ito
Yes.
nga yung explosion ng vlogging, di ba? I'm a overseas OFW ako by that time, and I'm alone. So, syempre, I've always looked at my downtime. Mahalaga yung downtime ko. I always try to like make sure na I enjoy my downtime. So, my phone ako noon, there's YouTube, and you browse to a lot of people on YouTube, and then nahanap ko, lumabas sa algo ko sila Will Dasovich, um, sila sila Kong. Kong was there, but wasn't,
Yes.
no offense. I'm a fan of him now. I'm a big fan of Kong now, but I wasn't a
Go.
fan of Kong back then. Casey Neistat, a lot of these vloggers. So I nakita ko sila, like, wow, ganda. May phone naman ako. How would I try it? Diba?
Mm.
So, gumawa ako ng mga napaka raw, walang parang low quality
Mm.
videos. Tapos ina-upload ko sa Facebook,
Mm.
IG, and even YouTube. I had YouTube back then. Ginagawa ko. Tapos like I just did it for fun. I missed because as a downtime ginagawa ko. I enjoyed the process of making something. Just excuse me.
Yes.
I know I did it for excuse so I did it for because I was alone. I was lonely. LDR pa kami ng girlfriend ko pa yung wife ko noon. So my videos were like expressed for her. So ginagawa ko yung videos out of my passion for a relationship. It wasn't nothing about people,
Mm.
some nagvo-vlog or something like that, but all my videos was geared towards my ex-girlfriend, now my wife back then. So ayun, parang na-realize ko na parang hindi naman to kumikita. So I never really took it seriously. Ganun. But every now and then, pag magbabakasyon, ganun, I strive na bibili ako ng GoPro or kuha ako ng phone, dapat makakuha ako ng footage para when pagkatapos ng bakasyon, I can edit these things para libangan lang.
Mm.
And then fast forward, yun nga, when the pandemic came, nag-activate at saka gumana yung parang nabuhay yung creative flow at juices ko sa
Mm.
paggawa ng video. So I went full, I just went ham. I was convinced then that, wow, content is the game.
Yes.
Storytelling is the game. Kaya nagagawa ni Steve Jobs ang Apple because they won it through content and storytelling. Ang ganda, solid ng mga videos ni Apple. It's all won through content. So I realized like, wow, people watch like random stuff on the internet anyway. Di ba yung mga tao, pag magdo-doom scrolling na yung tao, kahit ano na yung pinapanood.
Mm-hmm.
So why not like, why not put myself out there, provide something that's valuable na nakakatulong sa tao. So, yun. So I went and did that. And then fast forward to now, you find me here making content, and it's always geared about helping other people. Because I know that's how you scale anyway. So if I'm not a comedian, people have a comedian or artista, or that people will be like following you like a cult following. I know I'm not that person, and I don't
Mm.
have that capacity to keep up with that kind of lifestyle na kailangan kong gumawa ng scandal or I need to keep making parang yung kontrobersiya.
Oo.
I'm not that kind of
Oo.
guy. So like hindi naman ako klaseng ganun tao or giving hot takes or opinions about current na mga pop culture or yung paghiwalay nila Daniel Padilla at Catherine at saka ngayon si Bea at saka yung boyfriend niya. Like I'm not that kind of guy na who would go there. Like I mind my own business. If there's anything I would be part of something na nakakatulong sa tao. Providing value has always been something I'm big on. Like I like helping and providing value. Kung ano nakakatulong sa'yo, like minding other people's business or talking about other people's relationship or gossiping has nothing to do with my self improvement. So, and I knew that's a universal rule. Like if you just focus on you and people just focus on them and not mind the opinions of other people or yung anong latest na mga gossip ngayon,
Mm.
then they would have a better life. Kasi yung self-esteem nila is not wrapped around mga kung ano-anong bago ngayon, kung ano, di ba? You protect yourself, di ba? You have to have that mental fortitude na, like, I have to focus on myself, kaya I don't listen to a lot of news, although they're very factual and real, but news spreads a lot of negativity and fear sa mga tao. Diba?
Yes.
So I don't subscribe to any of that. So why not I make something of my own now, which is real, at the same time it's factual, in my opinion, kasi nangyari yung mga videos ko real time, and I don't like if gagawa ko ng storytelling through my content, it's always geared towards something na about the other person. So I know what makes other people happy. That's what I need to deploy on my content, and I believe people. Can I curse on your episode? Like, are we allowed to curse here?
What, sir? Ano siya?
Are we allowed? Are we allowed? Pwede ba magmura dito, or are we allowed to curse? Or?
It's okay, sir. It's okay, sir.
Okay, okay. So I believe that people fuck with me because I'm real. Like I never wanna sugarcoat things. I
Yes.
say things for what they are. That's why my opinions are not popular, but it's authentic to me. It's real to me, and that's what I keep trying to push and propagate sa contents ko. And I wish to do the same. If may mabigay ako sa mga tao, like be true to you, stay authentic. You don't need to buy dumb shit to impress other people. You don't need to make
Yes.
content or storytelling para ma-impress mo yung ibang tao. Just as long as it's true to you. Ganun lang. And that's been the whole core of my content creation is like to add value to other people.
Ayun. Tingnan nyo, guys. Kita nyo yung sinabi ni Sir Mikhail na ito, kahit hindi lang to tungkol about sa paggawa ng content creation. Kumbaga, gawin natin yung bagay na ginagawa natin para sa sarili natin. 'Di ba? Gawin natin yung bagay na yon hindi para sa ibang tao. Kumbaga, para sa sarili natin. At yung ginagawa natin na yun, meron din tayong matututunan. Kumbaga, nakakatulong din tayo. Kumbaga, nakakapag-add din tayo ng value para dun sa bagay na ginagawa natin. Galing nun, sir. Galing, galing. Kaya, yun nga, isa
Ayun,
rin yun
is
sa...
for yourself.
Hmm?
That's the same thing you're doing as well, diba? Like, you don't want to go out there. Hindi ka nagbibigay ng value sa buhay ng ibang tao. Like, that's why I think it's good to live podcast is, I think, grounded
Yes.
in those principles too.
Siya, yun. Kaya, yun, ganun lang yung isa sa mga tumatatak din sa akin na kaya yun sir, yung isa rin yun sa lagi ko tinatandaan na open din ako for uh, criticism din para din sa bagay na ginagawa ko, kung ano pa yung kailangan kong improvement, kung kailangan pang ayusin, ganito. Kaya yun, importante din. Kaya yun, importante din yung criticism para din sa bagay na ginagawa natin. Kasi yun, malaking improvement yun. Kumbaga, kung ano pa yung dapat nating ayusin, gawin, at ayun, kumbaga, lagi din nating isipin yun o tandaan para sa ginagawa natin. So, Sir Mikhail, ano o sino ang nagtulak sa'yo para pasukin ang pagiging content creator at journeyman? Ano yung naging hakbang? Sino ba yung nag-impluwensya, kumbaga, para pasukin niyo yung ganyang pagiging content creator at journeyman?
Myself,
Mm.
sarili ko. Although you would like to coin na galing sa family mo, or galing sa loved ones mo, galing sa friends mo, I realized na nag-iisa lang ako dito. And then, thank God for podcasts and videos and content creators na nahanap ko yung tribe mo, or kumbaga, people who like mind, or ano. But not to say na I'm magaling ako, hindi. I'm not special. So, kaya nga, I sought out these people kasi I knew na I have to be honest, like I'm not special pero I know I was different. Iba talaga yung takbo ng isip ko. I know I wasn't like my dad, and my mom, but although I inherited traits that came from them, but I knew I was just different. And when I look at my peer groups, like I was also like that, was seeking out validation. I was seeking out like what would make me feel good and look good in that circle. And then I realized like hindi pala eh. I'm different. Like ba talaga yung takbo ng isip ko. Thank God sa mga podcast na napakinggan natin, and I learned a lot from them, and really shaped who I am. May mga idolo naman ako, pero like I just basically like copy a lot of what they do. I'm a copycat. But
Mhm.
when I try to repurpose the information I learned from them, I had to make sure that it was personalized in such a way na POV ko. So kinuha ko yung nasabi niya, in-internalize ko, at saka uh, repurpose it back to the world packaged in my own way. So um, no one's ever really pushed me this far, except for the podcasters that I listened to, because I wanted to become them. In my close proximity sa family ko, wala naman talaga. But I'm inspired to work as hard as I can, not to prove the naysayers wrong, not to prove that I'm right. I work hard just to show people that I love what I do. Um, that's why I keep making content that people like for myself. I wanna make something I'm proud of, Kins. Like, gusto ko yung gawin yung nakaka-proud para sa akin.
Yes.
If it makes other people proud, then that's a bonus, di
Mhm.
ba? Kung may makikinig, may mapulot yung mga ibang tao doon, if gusto nila yon, then I'm lucky, I'm blessed. Pwede na akong mamatay bukas, but I just do it for me. I love the process of it, you know. And to be honest, like Kins, what I'm doing now is not earning. People told me like, ba't hindi mo charge yung mga tao nakikikolab sa'yo? I understand that. Other people wanna turn this into a career, or something um, that would generate money for them, like a career option. I totally understand that, but I'm playing the long game. I understand that if I collaborate and help a lot of people, sabi nila, it's called brand, it's called compound interest. Babalik yan sa'yo at babalik yan sa'yo. I wanna become like somebody like a Nike. But pipiliin ko yung Nike versus yung ibang sapatos. You don't have to say anything kasi you know that Nike is the shit. Like Nike is a really good brand.
Yes.
So that's what I want to that's why I'm on the short term. I'm not I'm not focused on earning money or income streams at the short term, because my whole thing is long term. I have a bigger goal. Like, mas malaki pa yung goal. If may papasok na pera, oh yes, sige, tatanggapin ko yan. But I'm not like a sucker for money. Of course, I don't want to be hypocrite na I wanna earn and break every single transaction I get, want to earn.
Mhm.
But that's other people want to do that, and I'm happy for them. But the way I do things is just for the long term, and I wanna be the best at what I do. So that's why um I know I forgot the question, but that's why I do what I do, King. So I do it for my own process. Not for anybody else, not for the money, not for somebody's opinion. Like I do it for me.
Ayun, galing. Kaya nga alam nyo guys, sobrang ah thankful. Thankful ako sa ito sa mga tao din na nakakasalabo ako, sa iba't ibang mga tao na nakakasalabo ako katulad ni Sir Mikhail na meron akong matututunan sa kanila na kailangan ko pang magkaroon ng ideya kung ano pa yung dapat ko pang malaman. Kasi ang ganda nung sinabi ni Sir Mikhail na yun, I do it process on my own. Kumbaga, ginagawa ni Sir Mikhail yung crops niya para sa sarili niya. Oh, ayun. Kaya yung crops niya na yun, nakakatulong din yun para sa mga ibang tao. Galing. Galing lang nun, Sir Mikhail. Galing lang talaga nun. Na, ayun, nakakatuwa lang talaga at nakakapag-build up po kayo ng community. Kaya i-check nyo guys yung TikTok ni Sir Mikhail na ah makikita nyo kung paano siya nakakapag nakikipag nakikipagsalamuha o ah kung sino-sino mga tao mga nakakasalamuha yun na kung sino nakakasalamuha ni Sir Mikhail ang galing makikita nyo at kung paano ka-chill yung bawat video ni Sir Mikhail ang galing eh.
Tanong ko lang, I don't know if chill siya or like
Yes.
alam mo ba yung pag ginagawa ko yung mga videos ko,
Mm-hmm.
parang pag na-publish ko na yung mga videos, like parang tama ba to? Like di ko na nga alam, like bahala na.
Chill,
Like
chill, chill
ang mga
talaga
tao
siya.
na yung magde-decide kung maganda siya o
For
hindi.
me,
Ganun lang.
ayun, for me as sa POV ko sir, sa POV ko po sir, chill talaga yung bawat video na pinoproduce nyo. May
Salamat.
value na
Thank you.
may value na hinahatid para sa mga tao. Kaya nga sir, nung nakita excuse me, nung nakita ko talaga yung video nyo, nag-scroll ako sa TikTok nun sir, nung one time talaga na yung you don't have magaan talaga gumalaw kapag wala kang
Kalaban.
tinatapakan tao, wala kang
Yeah.
inaagrabyadong tao, ang gaan sa balikat nun. Totoo talaga yun, sir.
Mm.
Sobrang relate ako sa ganong, kaya bigla ako napakomment nun eh, at yun, kaya sobrang natutuwa ako sa
Yeah.
video nyo yun, sir.
Ngayon nag-guest na ako sa podcast.
Mismo, kaya ito, andito ngayon si Sir Mikhail, at kausap ko ngayon si Sir Mikhail kasi nakakatuwa lang at ito, kasama natin ngayon si Sir
Can I add
Mikhail.
can I add a few things? So I
Okay.
really like what you said there because of that one video. Nakita mo yung
Yes.
video na yun.
Yes.
Tas nagkaroon tayo ng podcast episode and we're talking back and forth like, okay, let's do a podcast. I invited myself na parang hindi ako i-invite ng podcast ito. Ako na yung invite sa sarili ko. Kins, pwede bang magpa-guest dyan sa podcast mo? Boom! Yeah! So, that's the whole reason why I do content. Because you never know who's watching on the other side. So, that your next opportunity or your next impact or your next good deed or your next transaction or financial, I don't know, opportunity could be coming from that one person viewing your video. Diba? Di natin alam. And that's why from podcasting, I saw it as an opportunity to gain network, na makapag-network tayo. It's more like a B2B. Di ba? Nagpag-usap tayo, we don't know, this might be the last or there might be more opportunities na mag-usap tayo. Or I could be coming on frequently here, I don't know. So, and then I saw that like it's the end of the day, it's a content. So when I did content, content is a scaled version of a podcast, because podcast only has a niche community, a niche listeners. Na it's a big community, but it's niche. With content, you can target so a wider and larger audience. So with that one video alone, Kinski didn't know that I was doing podcasts, diba? But because of that, a podcaster caught attention, caught wind of what I did, and now he knows like, oh, he's doing podcast too. I'm like, wow, okay, diba? So I always thought that if you wanna send a message across the world, either you do content. So content's your gateway to a lot of things, and I always believed in that. Content comes from various forms. So before con, the only available content were books. Books. Books are a form of content. Before that, there was just word of mouth or storytelling. Storytelling, books, and newspaper, radio, TV,
Mm.
magazines. Ito yung unang klaseng content. And the reason why religion and Bible, I don't want to sound blasphemous, pasensya na sa mga devout na mga brothers and sisters natin, but the reason why the Bible and Roman Catholicism and the church is so strong and it's such a force of nature, because they were the first to capitalize on the first piece of content, which was the book. Isipin mo, 2,000 years, that's the only form of content, which is the book, and the Bible is probably the strongest. And that's why um, heavily ingrained yung religion sa atin. It's if you say something against religion, it will always backfire to you, because it's been 2,000 years in us. It's been branded na we believe in a God, and also because the Bible also has a very good branding and message. It's about helping other people too. It's about it's the answer to what science cannot answer, which is what comes after death, diba? They have all these answers. So that's why the first form of content, which was the book, and the first brand, which is we capitalize on it, which is the religion, which is a form of Quran or Bible.
Mm.
They are like such strong forces of nature. Mahirap kalabanin ang Panginoon, kasi they also capitalize on content too. The people, the disciples, the evangelists who wrote the books, who wrote the content, wrote it 2,000 years ago. It's impossible to undo what they did. Tayo ngayon, nagagawa natin, like we get 1M views, we go viral. That's nothing compared sa anong nagawa ng religion before, like which is the book. Because 2,000 years, how do you undo that? Wala. You can't undo 2,000 years of like the only form of content out there. So that's why I thought like, if you just know, if you're self-aware, if you wanna communicate who you are, you have a business, you have a service, make content, because we all know it works. And we're a storytelling species. We like to be told stories. And when you tell your story, when you show your content, this is what will attract people to you. Sorry for that long addition to what I had to say,
It's
Vince,
okay,
but
sir. It's
I
okay.
just
It's
feel
okay.
that I needed to say that.
It's
Yeah.
okay. Yun. Kaya, sabi ni Sir Michael, kaya malaking, kung makikita nyo, di ba? Kung makikita nyo ngayon sa social media, di ba? Iba't ibang mga tao kung paano sila gumagawa ng content para sa crops nila, sa ginagawa nila. Kaya, ayun, kaya kung makikita nyo kapag may mga gusto kayong itong bagay na to, itong sa genre na to, kung ano man yung ginagawa ng tao nun, makikita nyo na agad yun eh. Kaya ganun nakalawak at ka-powerful ang social
So
media
true.
ngayon. Yun. Ang galing. Totoo talaga yun, sir. At kung paano minamaximize din ng ibang tao. Kung paano sila gumagawa ng content nila or craft nila. Sir Mikhail, paano nyo po pinapahalagahan ang feedback mula sa iyong audience? Paano mo ito ginagamit para sa iyong improvement?
Everything, kung may kung there's a more stretch, kung may mas stronger na driving force other outside myself is yung audience. So most of the stuff that became, I don't know, viral, you would say viral or more popular videos of mine came from the suggestions of the audience. Doon din ako doon din ako namumuhunan ng ideas and for more content. Like I watch, tinitignan ko yung comment section, tinitignan ko yung mga parts na kung saan mas mahaba yung engagement. Tas, I should do more of this kasi ito yung hinahanap nila. So, it's more of like a consumer-centric. Kung anong gusto ng consumer, ibibigay ko. Lang. But, of course, I have to package it in my own style. So, paggawa ko ng content. So, there's this one kid dito sa amin.
Mm.
Nagiya siya sa akin na, Kuya, birthday ko ngayon, this day. Pwede mo ba akong samahan sa birthday ko? Sabi ko sa sarili ko, oo, syempre. Aside sa sinamahan kita sa yung birthday gift ko ay sinamahan kita sa birthday mo. Isa pa, nakapaggagawa pa tayo ng content tas payag naman yung bata eh. So that video actually positioned me to a more younger demographic. So galing ni Kuya, parang binibigyan tayo niya ng oras. Parang ganun. So so much. I really do it for the audience. What's morally right, of course. Kung sasabihin nila kakain ako ng ganito na hindi ko naman gusto, hindi ko naman gawin. Or if they ask me to do something that which is like not morally right, I'm never gonna do that. Pero kung anong sasabihin nila, sinusunod ko talaga. So that's also one way to provide values that we do what they ask. They're my boss. Kung may mga boss sa buhay ko, ito yung mga audience. Like, sila yung, okay, I listen to them. Okay. Yeah. Parang ikaw, parang yung karaniwang businessman, maraming tao, sinasabi nila pag ikaw may-ari ka ng negosyo, sabi nila nga, wala na yung amo, siya na yung sariling amo niya. Hindi totoo yan. Kasi, ang negosyante, ang totoong amo niya, he's a boss, but yung totoong amo niya, yung mga tao na sinasahuran niya. Pangalawa, yung pangalan ng negosyo niya. Pangatlo, yung customers nila.
Yes.
Ang totoong amo niya.
Yeah, totoo, sir.
Yeah, likewise, sa akin, in my case, my real boss are the watchers, the audience, the consumers. I'm very careful. They gave me a platform and they can easily take it away. Ganun lang kadali. Yung parang yung mob na cancel culture, like, they put you on, they put you up, they can tear you down anytime they want. And I've always believed in that. So, kaya namumuhunan ako. I do this for myself, don't get me wrong. Ginagawa ko pa rin yung gusto ko, but it's all centered on what people want. So, anong gusto ng tao, okay, I give it to them. Ganun lang.
Yes. Kaya, ayun, importante yung kailangan importante yung respetuhin natin, guys, yung bawat opinion ng mga tao para sa mga sasabihin nila para sa atin, kung ano man yung bibitaw nilang salita na kung ano man yan. Kasi kumbaga depende naman na yan sa atin kung anong klaseng salita yung ibibitaw nila para dun sa kahit hindi sa content creation or in general na maisip nyo kung for improvement ba yan or good criticism ba yan or bad criticism ba yan? Kasi nasa sa atin yun eh. So, kailangan natin tanggapin parehas yun, yung good and bad criticism. So, yung dalawa na yun, nasa sa atin na yun kung paano natin pipiliin dun sa dalawang good and bad criticism. Kung ano yung makakatulong doon sa bagay na ginagawa natin. Ayun. Totoo yun, Sir Mikhail, na lahat ng, ayun, na katulad nga sa mga negosyante na hindi daban sarili niya yung boss niya eh. Kumbaga, ang pinaka-boss niya talaga ay yun, yung gaya na sinabi nyo kanina, yung mga employees, pangalan ng negosyo niya, at yung sabi natin mga ka-network niya, yung mga business partner niya, yan, nagtatrabaho rin siya dyan para din sa yun, sa business partner niya at sa pangalan niya. Yun, ang galing nun, sir. Ang galing, dami ko natutunan ngayong podcast na to ngayon, sir. Sobrang valuable nitong mga natututunan ko ngayon, sir. Ano yung mga pagkakataon na inyo pong natuklasan mula sa yung pagiging journeyman na nagbibigay inspirasyon sa iyong mga content creation projects?
What really inspired me, because di ba ako nga isang journeyman, so
Mm-hmm.
being a journeyman, parang kinoin term ko na lang yung journeyman kasi madalas ako tinatanong, how did you start? So I really wanted to craft a story na people lean in on, yung parang maging intro ko sa lahat ng mga pagkakataon na may mag-interview sa akin o mag-guest naman ako ulit sa isang podcast, sabihin ko na isa akong journeyman. Sa umpisa, hindi ko alam yung gusto ko eh. Not knowing what I want. Nagtrabaho ako, tas nagulat na lang ako, nandito na ako, creating content. So, it's so funny kasi hindi ko naman to pinangarap. So, reason why I said a journeyman, if you're not self-aware, sino ka? And you're still figuring out yourself, di ba? You're tinatanong yung sarili mo, ano ba talaga ako? Ano bang kaya ko magawa? That's why journeyman, kasi you're leaning on your curiosity. So, sa pagiging curious mo na naghahanap ka ng mga sagot sa mga tanong mo sa buhay, your curiosity will lead you to a lot of opportunities. So, sinabi ko, but like, I know I was good at something. Hindi naman ako yung, I know I don't suck at work. I am not the best at work sa trabaho ko, but like I think I'm average or something like that. So, binibigay ko yung lahat ko. Like, I really expend effort because I like the process of like proving to myself na kaya ko pala ito gawin. So, my curiosity led me to those kind of things. When I worked as a teacher, I really tried my hardest to prove myself I was a teacher. And then I realized hindi pala. Okay, I'm good. Goods na ako dun. I did hotel, and I was so surprised, like, wow, I was good at this job. Like, wow. And then I realized na I wasn't really a big fan of the administrative tasks of a hotelier. And so, okay, goods na ako dyan. And I work as a behavioral therapist. I enjoyed it, the process of it, but I just wasn't a fan of the paperwork. So, okay, sige, alam ko na hindi ako magaling sa mga administrative tasks, the data taking, yung ginagawa ng mga nurse, yung ginagawa ng mga psychologists na nagtitake ng data. I'm not good at that. I did realize na my curiosity led me to what I'm good at, which is like being creative at doing what I do now. It's like creating content. So the journey, from what I learned from my journey, is you have to stay curious because you never know. Di mo alam. Ngayon, who I am, I'm so proud. Siguro I'm proud of what I've done, but we don't know what happens after 5 years, kids. Baka may next world war. Di ba?
Mm-hmm.
At saka everything we build, hindi natin kontrolado yun eh. Hindi natin kontrolado yung mga mangyari sa mga pandemic, whatever this world, our world or world leaders or these big countries, whatever their plans are sa future, China or America or anong gagawin nila, hindi natin alam. Hindi natin kontrolado yun. So on my end, I have to be very curious and flexible. By that time, dapat ma-integrate ko yung sarili ko. Ano bang pwede kong gawin when there's a world war? Ano bang pwede kong gawin if this happens? Worst case scenario, good case scenario. So right now, it's because the internet is at all-time high. Social media is at all-time high. So it's being a content creator makes sense. So I was good at this. My creativity blossomed during this era. But after 5 years, if I'm not curious kung paano ko i-integrate yung sarili ko sa society or whatever the world demands, kung anong sitwasyon, I'm done. Wala na ako nun. Baka patay na ako nun if I don't find myself providing value during that time. So I have to stay curious. I have to stay curious to what the world wants. Nakikinig ako sa mundo, like, anong kailangan ng mundo ngayon? Anong kailangan ng mundo ngayon? If kailangan nila magiging sundalo ako, if kailangan nila, I have to stay curious. Because we never know what the world demands of us. And, wala, ganun lang. If you're curious and nagagawa mo naman, then, be the best at it. So, that's why, nagagawa ko yung pagko-content ngayon, I try my best to be the best at it. So, stay curious, guys.
Ang galing. Kumbaga, no, sir, ibig sabihin, kumbaga, kung na-curious ka sa isang bagay na yun, kumbaga, just try, no, sir? Just try that some new things. Kasi, hindi naman nga, tama si Sir Mikael na hindi naman natin kontrolado yung mga nangyayari ngayon eh. Kumbaga, focus lang tayo kung ano yung meron sa atin ngayon, kung ano yung bagay na nagkakaroon tayo ng curiosity, ayun, subukan natin yung bagay na yon, kung ano yung meron sa bagay na yon. Sir Mikael, ano ang mga hakbang na iyong ginawa upang mapanatili ang iyong authenticity bilang content creator at journeyman para sa iyong mga crafts?
Ay, kung sabihin mo hakbang yung mga challenges, no? Yung mga hurdles, yun ba yun?
Kung ano yung mga steps na ginawa nyo.
Okay. Since that's mga
It's
nagiging,
okay, it's
I
okay,
don't
sir.
really,
It's okay, it's
I'm
okay,
not,
sir.
I'm not really, sa Tagalog.
No
For the
problem, sir.
longest time, you know what, Bitoy or Kins, like, akala ko hakbang ay hurdles and challenges. But now, alam ko na. So, it's just the
It's okay,
steps,
sir.
no?
It's okay, sir.
So, the steps, no?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't, like, the thing with me, Kins, is that I'm not really a detailed-oriented person.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, hindi ako yung taong nagpa-plan. I don't really plan things. I just do. So, pag may naisip ako isang bagay, then I execute. I-execute ko agad. If I, especially with what I do, I'm not like a filmmaker. Hindi ako filmmaker na my mood board, my storyboard, kompleto yung my script. I tried that. Like, I know how to make a script, but it's, for me, it's friction. Parang nababagalan ako sa ginagawa ko. So I believe na I know I'm not a filmmaker. I don't have a budget to make big films. Yung ginagawa ko lang galing sa kung ano meron sa cellphone ko. Di ba?
Mm.
So if I have to plan it out, ayos din. But I'm just one guy. And it will take me very longer to make videos if I take steps or, so what I do, and in actually everything I do, I just go and execute and be myself. So if my videos ako, I believe in document, not create. So sabi mo nga, content creator ka. Pero di ba content creator ka, Mikhail. Pero yeah, I'm a content creator, but
Mm.
my style is I don't necessarily create. I document. I just document my life. Kung anong meron sa paligid ko, I just document. I live my life. So my content is my life. I document, and then my storytelling comes after. So kung anong meron footage ako, this all these videos you see, I didn't plan them. I just recorded them. Di ba yung nakita mo yung you have no enemies na video?
Yes, 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 yes.
I didn't Hindi ko plinano yun. I just recorded videos
Mm.
of moments in my life. If you know how to storytell, you know na your story is not wrapped around one script. Your story can change anytime. So for me, alam ko yun eh. So why not magsisave na lang ako, magtambak na lang ako ng maraming footage. So I save a lot of footage. I document my life. I document everything. So I can later on pick kung kailan ko gusto. So I just label them. This is the part na andito ako sa Davao. I was standing here sa isang lugar. And then I label that and I save it for later use. So when I get inspired in life or may mahanap ako na contents in social, pwede ko tong gawin. Pwede kong i-copy yung ginawa niya, contextualize it as my own, and then synthesize a new piece of content, which is the one you saw. Di ba?
Yes.
And then you saw it, parang ibang-ibang clips yun, di ba?
Mm.
Hindi naman yun ano. Bro, those clips were compounded over time. Hindi ko plinano yun.
Mm.
Those clips were taken from since 2021. I still have them. So I save a lot. I save a lot of content, and then kung kailangan ko, I piece them together. And I don't have a necessary process for it. I mean, there's a process, my own process, pero I don't have like detailed steps or explain a step-by-step procedure to it. I just go execute. If I see something, and the advantage ngayon kasi short form content. Now I'm not making 1 hour long films. I'm not making a short skit, you know. So with the same mindset in approaching how to become a content creator or how to become a podcaster is the same thing for me. I don't necessarily have to think it through. Like, naniniwala ko na darating at darating yung panahon na kailangan mo siyang iplano. But to get started, like the first steps or the necessary steps is just show up. Kailangan mong pakita sa sarili mong words. Like, you have to own up to your words. Kung sinabi mo, gawin mo. If naisip mo, gawin mo. Para hindi na siya manatili dito. So, just, for me, it's execute. If you have an idea, the 50% of it is showing up. Go there. And then, do what you need to do. Document. And then, you will know sa next, pag ma-publish mo yung content, hindi gumana. Bagsak. It didn't work. And then you realize, oh, I need to know what I need to do next time is that I need to have a better plan. So, pupunta ka doon, kasi you learn this bits by bits. One thing I realized is if you like really detail plan it out, you're always subject to your expectations.
Mm.
What if hindi mo makamit yun? Andun ka na, hindi nakamit. Hindi nangyari. Wala na to. Sira na yung ano mo. Diba? So if you go there without expectations and you just go execute on your plans, I just went there and I tried to feel it for the first time. And anyway, at the end of the day, alam mo yung may magagaling kins but hindi sila na sumikat, hindi sila naging viral.
Oo.
Marami, di ba? Marami magagaling.
Marami, sir.
But hindi sila sumikat. Hindi naging viral. Kasi the world decided sino sila. At the end of the day, going back, like, it's the audience feedback. If para sa'yo, para sa'yo.
Totoo, sir.
Kasi if you plan it too much, then like, if you're thinking too much about it, then it's not coming naturally para sa'yo. Hindi para sa'yo yun. It's not natural to you. So you have to be self-aware, sino ka, before you do the like necessary steps. So go there, just feel it, malalaman mo naman din yun if para sa'yo yun ang bagay. Okay, kasi if para sa'yo yung bagay, you wouldn't have to think of like a thorough plan. Although planning is important, yes. If you go there, you don't have to necessarily think kung anong maiisip ng ibang tao. So if you go there, just enjoy, execute. One, execute on your ideas. And two, i-enjoy mo yung process. Ganun lang. Malalaman nyo sa pangatlo if may magugustuhan ng mga tao eh. Kasi ito yung habol mo, magugustuhan ng mga tao, you're not doing it for yourself. Kasi
Ganda.
doon lang yung base yung ano mo yun. Gusto ko magustuhan ng mga tao, gusto ko magustuhan ng mga tao. What if one day they won't like it? And then what happened to this? So dapat grounded dito. Execute and enjoy the process. Do it for you. So if there's the steps, yun, execute. If you come up with an idea, execute and do it for you. Ganun lang.
Ganda nun, sir.
I don't know if that made sense.
Ang ganda. Kasi, kumbaga, sa iba ring, ah, sa ibang tao rin na, ayun, parang nagsiset na sila agad ng expectation dun sa bagay na ginagawa nila. Kumbaga, syempre, ano yun, masakit sa feel yun na parang hindi mo na-set agad yung ganitong kakalabasan nun. Yun sir, na kailangan importante talaga yung enjoy the process and just do it for yourself. Kasi, ayun, dahil susunod na rin naman na yun eh, 'di ba sir? Susunod na rin yung pangatlo eh, na kung paano magugustuhan ng tao yun, yung bagay na ginagawa natin. At saka, yun, at yung hindi ko makakalimutan na sinabi sa akin ng isang kaibigan ko, yung perfectionism. Yung about sa pagiging perfectionist na ayun, share ko lang na ito dati tungkol sa podcast ko, kailangan ganito, kailangan maayos ko yung ganyan, 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 ganyan. Doon sa pagiging perfectionist ko nun, ah, sa pagiging perfectionist ko nun, nare-realize ko, parang inaabot na ako ng 2 linggo, 2 linggo, kaka-edit para dun sa clip ko na yun, sa audio na yun. Hinahanap ko pa talaga yung mali. So, ayun, hanggang sa tinutuloy-tuloy ko siya, nalalaman ko kung ano yung mali ko, yung improvement, at thanks to God na sinasabi ng ibang tao na nagkakaroon ako ng improvement, thanks sa kanila, thanks to God, unang-una, na ayun, tuloy-tuloy ko pa rin talaga siyang ginagawa. Kaya, ayun guys, importante talaga na wag nyo iisipin yung pagkakaroon ng perfectionism para sa bagay na ginagawa natin. At wag din tayo maglalagay ng expectation. Baga, wag natin lagyan agad ng
Yeah.
expectation yun. Enjoyin na natin yung process at just execute. Susunod naman na yung tao na kung paano magugustuhan ng tao yun. Basta just be yourself.
Yeah.
Enjoy nyo lang yung sarili nyo at gaya na sinabi ni Sir Mikhail na enjoy the process. Galing. Galing lang ng Sir Mikhail. Sobrang
Yeah.
so,
Well, one thing I'd like to add more, kasi sabi mo
okay.
perfection, di ba?
Yes.
Perfection is the disguise of insecurity. So, we want things to be perfect kasi gusto natin magustuhan ng mga tao. So,
Totoo,
just,
sir.
I don't know who we're doing it for. Kung gusto mo gawin para sa kanila, you'll always be subject to other people's expectation, opinion nila, like katulad ng sinabi mo. So, ano lang, I mean, just enjoy the process.
Yes. Kaya, ayun, sinabi niya rin, add ko lang, sinabi rin ni Gary V yun eh. Yung tungkol sa, about sa ganon. Kung kilala nyo si Gary V, si Gary V. Vaynerchuk. Yun, makikita nyo siya sa mga social media at sikat na ano yun, na businessman,
Yeah.
businessman, motivator yun, si Gary V.
Bro.
Okay?
Bro, you know what? I'm so happy na that you opened that up because basically what I do now is just basically a carbon copy of what he's doing. The content pyramid approach, the way he does all his contents, the storytelling, the messaging, kinopya ko talaga lahat sa kanya yan. Lahat. And the only difference, it's done my personal spin ko lang. I did it in my own personal POV. Because I know I'm not a businessman. Hindi naman ako magaling sa negosyo. But at some points, may mga marami akong natunan sa kanya. And then I deployed it on my own personal na mga pursuits. Who I am, I scaled myself gamit yung content model niya, the way he approached content creation, and also plus the messaging. I repurpose a lot of his quotes, and then because I believe them so repurpose them, deploy it on my own images, on everything I do. I'm glad you brought him up because I believe when I talk about who's your seeking out mentors, he was one of those accidental mentors that I just bumped into online when I was looking for podcasts to listen to. He was never on my radar, and then because he was such a good um, content creator, he has a team na they put their contents everywhere,
Yes.
like everywhere possible. Kung maaari pa, flyers pa sa kapitbahay nung bubong ng kapitbahay mo, nilagay nila doon, yes, gagawin nila yon because they're good at marketing and stuff, and that's what he's talented at. So ginagawa ko yung lahat ng sinabi niya. I'm just packaging it in my own personal na take. So, ganun lang.
Ayun. Kaya nga, ayun, add ko lang uli Sir Mikel. Kaya nga, sinabi ni Gary V na sa mga nagtatanong sa kanya, kung sino man yung mga nagtatanong sa kanya, ay yung mga nagtatanong sa kanya na, di ba tinatanong sa mga, ayun, sa gusto rin mag-make na content creation, na kung paano nila ginagawa yun at kung naka-spread out ba yun, at tinatanong pa nga ni Sir Gary B dun na yung tungkol nga dun sa about sa perfectionism na unang-una din na nakakabagal para dun sa
Hadlang.
nakakahadlang dun sa bagay na ginagawa nila sir. Kaya ayun lang, malaking tulong din yun si Sir Gary Sir Gary V Vaynerchuk na yun, tuloy-tuloy din ako na bagay na ginagawa ko at yun, more improvement pa rin. Thanks to people na nagbibigay ng good criticism and yun na nakakatulong para sa podcasting ko. Thanks po. At yun sir, next question ko po. Paano nyo po nababalanse ang yung pagiging content creator at journeyman? Paano mo ito ina-apply sa iyong pang-araw-araw na buhay?
It's very hard and very tough kasi you have spurts, magkakaroon ko ng spurts ng momentum na ayaw mong ma-disrupt. What if may magagandang kang idea ngayon, tas hindi sapat yung oras na kaalat mo sa schedule mo, like sana may oras pa ako para gawin to. It's tough to balance, especially when you're doing something creative in bits. How do you call it? Bitoy or Kinski or what? Bitoy
Ah,
lang.
Kins. It's okay, Sir Kins.
Kins. When you're in a creative zone, you're in the zone, nasa creative process ka, it's tough to regain that. It's tough to go back to that zone if naistorbo ka but that's life. Ganun talaga yung buhay. You just try your best. Wala naman talagang totoong work-life balance. You just try your best to show up. If a schedule helps you, you do a schedule. If just showing up, if you're showing up helps you, then you just show up. It's subjective. Um, work-life balance is very subjective. For some, gusto nila marami silang escapism, gusto nilang pumunta ng mountains or, trek, hike, or work out, you know. It's up to them how to balance their life. Yeah, it's very important kasi, we're passionate at what we do, but there's also, yung point na masusobrahan ka din. So, yeah, of course, like I go to a lot of trips every now and then. Punta kami ng mountains malapit dito sa amin. If like once a month or every 2 months, punta kami ng beach. But, I enjoy my process. So, I don't need much what fuels me is the feedback of the people. So, anong gusto ng mga tao, ibigay ko, di ba? But, to balance that with life, I have family din. Like, I got errands. I live like real life, real reality shit talaga. Mahirap siya, but, I do the best I can. But sometimes, may mahalaga yung balance kasi nasasabi nga minsan ng wife ko na parang nagiging obsessed na nga ako sa paggawa ng mga contents ko. Which is, I also understand, like, you need to be obsessed to be successful at something. Pero, yun nga, at what point, isa-sacrifice mo yung health mo, puyat ka nga. Yun sinabi ko sa'yo, di ba? Like, I'm unhappy, sometimes unhealthy. Yun nga kasi, minsan, na-realize ko na hindi sapat yung tulog ko, nagkakaroon ako ng mga ulcers, kung gano'n, I have a history of ulcers, I have rhinitis, my health is catching up to me. So, that's an indication na hindi ko masyado na-achieve yung balance na dapat kong magkaroon. So, it's subjective. If there's a balance in my life, I should get more sleep. Sleep is something that is imbalanced. I rarely get 8 hours or 7 hours or 6 hours. Puyat ako palagi. Like, I sleep very late. So, that's I think the kind of balance I should try to achieve and strive for. But other than that, I think for folks, it's subjective. They should define what balance looks like for them. If it's more time with family, then it's more time with family. If it's more time with yourself, then more time with yourself. Ganun lang. How do you balance your life, Kin? Like, Kins?
Ayun, sir. Ayun. Uh, Inuuna ko pa rin, unang-una sa lahat, yung health ko. Kasi, dati kasi, sir, nung time na nagsisimula pa ako doon na pag-content creation ko noon, parang talagang tutok talaga ako sa, ayun, gaya ng sinabi niyo, sir, tutok din talaga ako sa paggawa ng content creation. Kumbaga parang di ko na iniisip yung health ko noon, sir. Kumbaga parang hindi na ako nag-exercise noon. Kumbaga parang ayun,
Yeah.
parang napapabayaan ko na din talaga yung sarili ko po, sir. Tas hanggang sa, ayun, good thing dumating yung kaibigan ko na nag-workout. Kumbaga para kinausap ako ng kaibigan ko tungkol sa ganun na kailangan kasama yung pag-exercise para sa atin.
True.
Yung ingatan natin yung health natin. Kaya yun, sir, unang-una sa lahat, yun yung pinaka-importanting iniisip ko pa rin talaga sa lahat, yung health. Kasi, di ba nga, sabi nga po nila, sir, health is wealth.
Yes.
Yeah, kasi yun naman po
Totoo.
talaga. Yung kasi, kumbaga, ito yung pinaka kailangan natin eh. Kumbaga, ito yung makita na kailangan natin sa pang-araw-araw na ginagawa natin. Kaya, pagka kailangan natin ingatan yung health natin o sarili natin para tuloy-tuloy natin ginagawa yung bagay na ginagawa natin. Kaya, yun, good thing. Thankful ako, happy and grateful ako para sa kaibigan ko na yun na kinausap ako for me. na ayun, tuloy-tuloy ako nakakapag-exercise ng dahil dun sa kaibigan ko na yun. Kaya ayun sir. At ayun, good thing. Sir Mikhail, ano ang mga struggle or challenges na iyong naranasan sa kabila ng iyong pagiging content creator at journeyman? Kasi hindi naman po talaga maiiwasan ang struggle or challenges, Sir Mikhail, hindi naman po talaga siya maiiwasan. So, ano po yun? Ano po yung naranasan nyo po sa kabila po?
Well, going back sa sinabi mo, one, balance is one of my most struggles.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from that, uh, um, I kind of see struggles and challenges. Parang, like you said, part na talaga siya sa ginagawa ko. So, parang, like, I don't see them as, like, with challenge and obstacles. When you're someone who's like, I would claim myself as a creative. Pag may creative ka rin sa paggawa ng mga solusyon. Di ba? So, when a challenge, I realized later on in my life, Kins, I always got into trouble. Not like yung mga physical altercations, but for being like clumsy and very, very like, not indecisive, but I was I'm clumsy and not very being mindful and cautious of surroundings. So I always got in trouble and I was very negligent. Like, I neglected a lot of things. But what I did find out was being in those situations na my struggles ako, I always found a way to get out of it. You know, yes, I'd be stressed and have a lot of anxiety nasa sitwasyon akong ganun. Like, isipin mo, naiwan ako sa flight ko, international flight. And like, that cost me around how many thousands of pesos. But like, those one of the struggles, like, I'm very negligent and very inconsiderate sometimes. However, being in those situations more often than once got me like, really got me being creative. Kasi naisipan ko paano kung malutas yung sarili ko sa ganung klaseng sitwasyon. Like, paano ko save yung sarili ko from that situation. So, I kind of see that my real skill set minsan is um, facing struggles and problems. So if I, and all my, some of my, half of my PMs at people at my DMs and my PMs is people asking for help. So yun na mismo, like, people asking advice on like how to overcome their struggle. Like, I don't even know what to tell them, Kins. Ako nga sarili ko, like, I have struggles too. So, paano kita matutulungan? 'Di ba? Minsan nga hindi ko matulungan yung sarili ko. But then I realized, like, I always was creative around getting around struggles and problems. So, aside from the balance, the work-life balance, that should be a struggle for me because it is nothing. I don't have that much. Aside from making my family members understand anong ginagawa ko, always have to explain them because you know what, if you're a content creator, Kins, you're the first of your kind. Sa lineage ng family mo, ikaw yung nauna. And one, you don't go to school to become a content creator. You don't go to, di mo natutunan to sa pag-ieskwela. I don't know now. There's media courses out there teaching you how to storytell, how to make a brand, how to start a podcast, how to make content online. But if you're 20 to 30 plus something, this was never offered in our universities, let alone becoming viral or becoming a full-blown vlogger, YouTuber, content creator. You don't go to school for that. So, na Parang nawala na ako sa sinabi ko. All in all, yung mga struggles na ano, wala talaga, wala akong maiisip. If you're the first, you're the first of your kind. If you're a
Yes.
podcaster, ikaw yung first podcaster sa family mo. True?
Mhm.
Totoo?
Mhm.
'Di ba? Hindi naman podcaster yung tatay mo. Hindi naman podcaster, hindi naman content creator yung kapatid mo. Hindi naman content creator mga tropa mo from grade school to high school. O baka how old are you, bro?
20, sir.
Okay, you're 20, you probably know personally like 5 to 10 content creators. True or not?
What, sir? What, sir?
You probably kilala mo personally content creators ba?
Mm, dalawa lang, sir.
At least you know two, di ba? Na you know personally, you're a friend. But more often than one, sa isang family, there's one nurse, one teacher, one lawyer, one doctor. Common yun. Being a content creator, ang struggle mo is always to find a common ground with your family. They never understand what it's like because they never lived that life. And that's probably one of the biggest struggles maybe for me is making my loved ones understand what I do. Being a creative. Because they haven't seen yet. Hindi nila pangarap yun eh. Hindi nila ninais yun eh. Na mangyari sa kanila. So that's probably one, like making family members understand. But other than that, I love struggles. I love to navigate around them. I want to make a solution around sa mga problema. Not only for myself, but for other people.
Okay, sir. Sir, ano yung mm, ano yung payo mo para sa mga ah, na maaaring makaranas o nakakaranas ng creative burnout o mental exhaustion sa crafts nila or career? Ano yung payo mo para sa kanila, sir?
Hmm. That's tough kasi depende yun sa appetite ng tao. If gusto niyang, if he enjoys, bro, if you're passionate at what you do, you never burn out. If you love what you do, you don't burn out. If you burn out, it's probably coming from something na ginagawa yung bagay na hindi mo naman mahal. The creativity doesn't stop, especially when you hit a zone. Um, Maybe siguro it's the balance kind of thing that you were referring to earlier. If a lot of people, especially if they're passionate at what at making music or making content, maybe they hit a point na okay, they get tired of touring or appearing on so many podcasts or making so much content. Maybe you need that balance. You go take a 1 week vacation, but bro, pag you're doing something, especially if content creator ka or you're an influencer, you're doing that, hinahanap mo yun eh. Yun yung you love the job. At the same time, yung travel na influence, you get to travel, you get to work with brands.
Mm,
Some are built for this kind of lifestyle. Some are not. If you burn out, then you have to question yourself, like, baka hindi to para sa akin. You have to like, you know the story of Kobe Bryant, di ba? He was different. Diba siya eh, di naman siya nabu-burn out sa ano, ginugusto nga niyang natalo siya eh. Para dagdag ng ano,
fire.
um, dagdag sa apoy, di ba? Add to the fire. So, when you're in it for the process, then I don't think that um, a burnout will ensue. If mabu-burnout ka, then you have to question like, is this for you? But for if in case, because we're not all built the same, siguro if you're just doing this because you love it and at the same time you also want some balance, If you want to avoid that, then I guess you need a different outlet. Hindi lang yung pagko-content o paggagawa ng something creative. Do sports. You love exercising, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Di ba? Something doing physically hard is maganda. It's good for the body, it's good for the mind kasi nasa-challenge yung pag-iisip mo eh. Lalo na pag nawala ka na ng hangin, ano na yung naghabol ka na ng hangin mo. That's very hard. So probably do exercise is one of them. And talking to a podcast. Get the poison out, get expressing yourself. It's probably one.
Yun. Kaya, sobrang ganda lang ng mga ah, sobrang ganda lang ng mga valuable na nasabi ni Sir Mikel. Last 3 questions, Sir Mikel.
Let's
Ano
go.
ano mga tips mo para sa mga nais magsimula ng kanilang sariling content creation at bilang journeyman o kahit sa ibang mga bagay na gusto nilang gawin? Ano yung tips po para sa kanila, sir?
uh, you have to do you have to know who you are. So if you're self-aware, alam mo yung gusto mong gawing klaseng content, di ba?
Hmm.
Di naman ka pwedeng just because your friends or the closest idolo mo na creator is doing crypto, then you have to do crypto. That's not necessary. Or you have to be self-aware. What do you want? Maybe you like drifting, or maybe you like doing something else. You have to center it around something you love. And if it's centered around that, then maybe you can bypass the possibilities of burnout or having to worry so much of a work-life balance because you're already doing what you love, di ba? Ikaw, you showing up to this podcast, like you don't have to think so much. Gagawa ka ng content, instinctively you know na dadalin mo na ako sa Discord. Dito na tayo magre-record. You don't have to think so much about it. Or thinking about it actually excites you, di ba? Yung thinking about something na, oh, okay, I like doing this. I don't have, hindi nakaka-stress sa akin na mag-iisip ng solusyon sa mga gagawin ko for my content kasi I love it. Pag gagawin mo, pag it circles something around you're passionate, and yeah, I guess that's my number one tip. Aside from that, try stuff. Try different stuff. That's it. Try stuff. Don't fall in love. If I could advise you also something, Kins, like the reason why I stopped being I never limited myself to podcasts is that I always lean in sa curiosity ko and trying new stuff. That's still circled around mga bagay na gusto mo, di ba? So you like talking to people. Your evolution could possibly look like you going out of your house or talking to at a studio or hopping on to other people's podcast, naging guest ka din sa ibang podcast, or you getting isang lapel at saka kinakausap mo yung random people outside sa bahay mo. Ganun. So, trying new stuff for me, that's another tip. Like, trying new stuff around the thing I love. That's it.
Yun. Kaya, kita nyo guys, sabi ni Sir Mikhail na subukan natin yung mga ibang bagay. Kung halimbawa hindi man tayo mag-work dun, hindi man mag-work yung ginagawa natin sa bagay na yon, edi subukan pa natin yung iba. Kumbaga wag natin limitahan yung sarili natin. Panat lang baga subok lang na subok, diba nga sinasabi ng ibang tao na subok lang na subok hanggang sa makita pala natin kung saan mag-work yung bagay na gusto natin gawin at kumbaga yung bagay na gusto natin gawin at may enjoy natin gawin yung bagay na yun. Ganda nun, sir. Ano ang pinakamahalagang aral na yung natutunan At hindi mo makakalimutan mula sa iyong pagiging content creator at journeyman, Sir Mikhail?
Mm, well, one, um, you have to fall in love with yourself. Ganun lang. It sounds really selfish, but I mean, we're not living other people's lives. Ito yung buhay natin. Like, in your journey, if it's not really centered upon you, if you're always worried about other people, I mean, it's not that it's not good to worry about other people. It's nice to be worried about other people. It means you care about them. But um, you should always never forget about yourself as well. Kasi you always have to position yourself na yung position na saan ka ngayon, it's beneficial for you. Kasi at the end of the day, mawala everybody around you, your family members will be gone, or your friends will be gone. It's a one-player game, di ba? You have to take care of yourself first in order to take care of other people. So I think that I learned that in my journey, nag-OFW ako, I realized na inisip ko palagi ano yung kalagayan ng family ko, ganun. I forgot about myself. So, yeah, in order to take care of other people, you have to take care of yourself. That's it.
Ang ganda nun, sir. Ang ganda, ang ganda. Sobrang ganda lang po nun, sir, na ayun, na kailangan mahalin natin palagi yung sarili natin. Although wala na pasama na mahalin natin yung mga tao na nasa paligid natin. Ganda nun, sir, na ayun, na importante pa rin talaga sa lahat yung mahalin natin yung sarili natin. Yun naman eh. Yun naman talaga. Hindi naman pagiging selfish yun. Kumbaga, syempre, mas kailangan din nating priority yung sarili muna natin bago yung mga nasa mga taong nasa paligid natin. Yun. Ganda nun, sir. Ganda. Sir Mikhail, ano ang huling mensahe mo para sa lahat ng mga nanonood o nakikinig ng podcast natin ngayon, sir? Ano pong huling mensahe niyo po?
All I can say is I'm blessed and I'm grateful sa lahat ng mga opportunities na nakukuha ko ngayon. Here, I'm blessed na you've given me an opportunity to be on your show, to welcome me as your guest. Kins, maraming salamat talaga. But I wouldn't be here if I didn't do me. So, do you. That's it. I keep doing you. Yun lang. So I can say. Because hindi naman talaga tayo pareho lahat ng mga journeys. So, do I say that my life is maganda? No, man. Like, it's nothing maganda sa buhay ko. Like, there's nothing wonderful about my life. Kanya-kanya talaga tayong journey. And, just so happens na I was blessed with an opportunity sa social media na binigyan ako ng opportunity na nagkaroon ako ng following or people actually followed me. Yeah, I was just blessed with the opportunity na people actually followed me. And hindi ako nag-dictate nun, sila nagsabi doon. But that happened because I did me. And people will get their opportunities too. Like, the world is abundant, you will get yours. But first, you have to love yours, you have to do yours. So do you.
Ang ganda nun, sir. The world is abundant. Just get yours and do yours. Sobrang solid nun, sir. Salamat lang po. Ang dami ko pong natutunan. Ang dami ko pong natutunan ngayong hapon na to, sir. Napaka valuable at sobra. Di ko talaga lubos isipin na ito, sir, makakasama ko po kayo ngayon sa podcast na to, sir. Maraming salamat po. Maraming
Very happy
salamat.
to be here.
Maraming salamat
Salamat.
po talaga sa hatid nyo po na value para sa Good to Live podcast. Sir Mikhail, baka may mga gusto po kayong i-promote sir. I-promote sir para sa ano
Plug
natin yun, sir.
time.
Yung podcast nyo
Plug
po pala, sir.
Oo nga Hindi na nga updated yung podcast natin. But no, we just recently uploaded an episode on Spotify last month. So, after a 6-month hiatus, nawala kami for 6 months. Yeah, you can follow me in the Huge Upside. We do a podcast. But most importantly, if you're a fan of like drifting and culture and scenes, I have a personal page. It's called my personal brand. It's called Who is Mikhail? HUIS and then my first name, Mikhail. Or kung makikita nyo ako sa TikTok or Facebook, yung taong palaging nagsasabi ng I am him.
Solid.
Salamat sa inyo lahat.
Solid. Kaya i-check nyo yung pagtapos nito, alam nyo, kung nanonood at nakikinig kayo ng podcast na to, i-check nyo agad yung TikTok ni Sir Mikhail, yung I am him. Sobrang chill at napaka-valuable ng mga videos ni Sir Mikhail. At basta sobrang chill talaga at makikita nyo kung paano niya nakakasama yung mga iba't ibang tao. Sir Mikhail, thank you po. Maraming salamat po sa hapon na to ulit. Maraming salamat po, Sir Mikhail. Marami po ako natutunan. Thank you po.
Naglalakbay ako kahit saan na lang. Wala akong problema, di rin pwede lamanan. Sobra akong kalmado kahit di nakadamo. Nahihibang sarili, di kailangan magbago.